Right, so I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be looking at some more of the transfer rumours regarding Leeds and the progress in capturing certain players. We're also going to be looking at our first pre-season friendly against Stoke City. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about some of the players that could potentially be leaving Elland Road this summer. How are we all doing today? Welcome back to the channel. There's been a few more steps forward in the Leeds transfer saga, I guess you could call it now. Having already sealed the signatures of Spain international Rodrigo and German international Robin Koch, our attention turned towards Rodrigo De Paul, the Udinese attacking midfielder. Seemed to be the perfect fit for that creative attacking role, and we thought, okay, this seems to be the guy that we're after. We were told that things were progressing fairly quickly, and Rads and Orta were in London to discuss the signing of De Paul with the Udinese owners. Unfortunately, we haven't actually heard any more on that. We know that at the moment the only news surrounding that is it's just kind of been brought to light that Fiorentina could potentially be interested in De Paul as well. The Italian newslet reported that the mid-table Italian club Fiorentina were also interested, and that De Paul would have been their dream transfer. Now, we're not quite sure yet if this is just a name being thrown in there to maybe speed the deal up and get Leeds to pay the money up front to land the Argentinian. But as of yet, the news has gone a little bit quiet over the last 24 hours. But we will keep an eye out, and if any news does break, we will let you know. I did read a really interesting article about what De Paul actually brings, what he will bring to Leeds. Primarily the movement and passing abilities, his movement off the ball, the ability to find a little bit of space, or create space out of nowhere behind the defensive line. As is very typical with the South American footballing game, he has incredible speed and skill. His passing range is phenomenal, able to play the really long diagonal balls as well. And he likes to move the ball forwards, he likes to take it forwards. Champions League, international experience, it's all there. You know, this guy, he's only 26, he's still got a lot more years in him, and if we can get him, he'll be a hugely integral part of our team. Defensively a little bit fragile as well. I'm sure if he does join up, be able to kind of coach him through what would be expected of him in a defensive position. But nothing new just yet on the De Paul chase. We know he's a priority target, we know that we are in talks, and even though Fiorentina look to be joining the picture, we think that Leeds are still in pole position to land the Argentinian. Another name that popped up over the last couple of days seems to be solving our centre-back issues. We've been linked with the Dynamo Zagreb defender Rodrigo De Paul. The 18-year-old, highly rated prospect was apparently ordered. Marcelo Bielsa has ordered Leeds to pursue him. Clearly he sees something in him that he likes and that would fit the side really, really well. A quality long-term investment for Leeds. He's only a young lad. He will have, could be 10 years worth of usage out of him, being taught by the very, very best. Made 13 first-team appearances for Dynamo Zagreb, and well, they look to be wanting around 20 million euros for the player. And I mean, Gvardiol seems to be gathering a little bit of pace. Bielsa looks incredibly keen on it, and this actually comes from Phil Hay. And he states that his understanding is that Bielsa is starting to soften on another centre-back. It's quite likely they'll bring somebody else in. He spoke about us being linked with the Croatian defender, that's Gvardiol. And he also says that we were quite keen on Axel Tuanzebe over at Manchester United. I think we could do without him, thank you. He says that he thinks 4 or 5 signings tops will be as far as we go in the window. I agree with that. We really don't need to go any further than that. Quality over quantity. Yeah, that seems to be the huge the huge theme here. Phil Hay actually makes a comparison towards Fulham and Villa to what they did in previous seasons. We brought this point up, but he says he's not afraid of doing something similar, because it is about the quality of investment rather than quantity. We're spending the money on the international calibre players. We're not looking to put in a completely new squad, just shoring up specific areas that need improving. And also stating that so far we've spent just over £60 million on incoming transfers, with a couple of targets still on the radar. And really that brings me on to the meat of what I wanted to talk about today. And that's asking the question, who would we want to potentially offload and get rid of this transfer window? It's all very well bringing lots of players in. We could look to be spending £100 million this window. Are we going to need to start looking at offloading some players off? And I really believe that we do need to get to that point. So who goes? Who goes? You can just see, lots of arrivals, not a lot of departures apart from a few contract-ending players. Well, on that front, we a name that is being talked about is Tyler Roberts, the Welsh attacking forward midfield player. It's very difficult to know where Roberts actually plays, but he is wanted by Derby. We're not sure just yet whether or not it's a loan deal or they're looking to buy him, but they are very interested in taking Tyler Roberts. What do you think about that? I mean, Tyro's it's a strange one for me. I think on his day he's an incredible player, but far too often for me, too often he goes missing and his impact in games is non-existent. I still don't think he knows quite where he fits into the Leeds squad. Obviously he's not gonna push Bamford out for the starting number 9 position, especially not now that we've brought Rodrigo in. But does he really have the creative talent needed in the attacking midfield role? We did see him used or deputising for Pablo Hernandez, and he did not have the same impact Pablo did. I really like Tyler Roberts. I think he's a fantastic talent. He's young as well, plenty of room to grow, but I don't see where he really kind of fits in with our side at the moment, and he is injury prone and he does go missing quite a lot. I think if Derby are interested and they are looking to either have him on loan or take him on or they're looking to buy him, I think that's something that we would potentially need to consider. As well as Roberts, I mean, the high earner that I think everyone thinks could be moved off of the books is Kiko Casilla. The Spanish keeper was in goal for our pre-season friendly against Stoke, where we lost 3-0. And I've got to say, he was at fault, or could be labelled at fault, for quite a few of the Stoke goals. I just don't see the need for Kiko at this point anymore at the club. He doesn't inspire confidence. He's a decent shot stopper, but there's so much more to the game than that, and the defence don't look inspired by him. He doesn't inspire confidence coming out to defend set pieces, crosses. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It just looks, whenever we have Kiko in goal, that these dead ball plays, set pieces, are far more dangerous because we don't have someone confident enough to come out and deal with them. He is a very high earner on the wage bill, and if we are looking to move some players on, I think he's someone that we need to look at getting rid of. We did touch on that briefly. Leeds' first pre-season game saw us fielding a little bit of a B squad with a lot of players out on international duty against Stoke at the Bet365 Stadium. And it saw us coming out as 3-0 losers. A lot of people were panicking on Twitter about this, but I really don't think it's something that we need to worry too much about. It is only a pre-season friendly. A lot of our first teamers weren't in there, and I think the more important thing is to get the players out for a run and get them going, get them into that kind of the groove, the match fitness groove. Something that's going to be really important heading into the Premier League. And one thing I wanted to finish off on was just touching on the message that Ben White gave to the Leeds supporters. Ben obviously signing a new contract with Brighton. I am very, very happy for him, and the message that he gave to us was very, very classy. He says here, I want to thank the Leeds supporters. They were unbelievable every single week, even when they weren't allowed to be in the ground. They are very good to me, always very supportive of me and the rest of the team. The club will always be special. Leeds and the fans will always have a place in Ben White's heart, and he will always have a place in ours. He was integral to getting us back to the Premier League, and for me, I wish him the very best of success, and I'm sure we'll be seeing him in an England shirt very, very soon. Best of luck, Ben. That's going to be all from me today. Please let me know on which players you think should be leaving Leeds this summer, or if we are looking to create a little bit of funding, get a little bit of more cash to spend on the likes of De Paul and Gvardiol. Which players do we move out of the club in order to make that happen? For me, I think we could move Tyler Roberts onto Derby County. I'd be happy to see that happen. I just don't feel Tyro fits into our squad as it is just yet. And I definitely think we need to move Kiko Casilla on as quickly as we possibly can and get Melier in as our first team keeper. We've also hit 500 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting the channel. It means so much to me, and the grind keeps going. We're going to keep marching on together. Keep supporting the team, keep supporting the channel. Let's see if we can break that 1,000 mark. That's going to be our next milestone. Let's see how quickly we can get to the 1K mark. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, all that good stuff. Here is going to be my comment of the day. We're going to put it right here from my last video, and I'm going to be doing this more and more often. If I see a comment that I really like or I think is, you know, this guy's talking sense, I will feature it on the next video. So please get involved with all that. That's going to be all from me for now. So as always, stay safe.